What's up guys, how's it going? I want to do a quick little list of 10 tips within the Unity editor. And if you guys have any to add, drop them below. You never know who it might help out. And I'm also planning on doing a 10 tips for the programming side as well, so keep an eye out for that. And quickly, if you haven't, check out my game Phantom Tides on Steam. You can wishlist now. So starting off, if you have multiple objects that are similar and you need to make the same updates to them, instead of selecting one at a time and adding components or making changes as needed, you can actually select all of them in the hierarchy and make the change to all of them at once. Have you ever gone to your scripts and made your private variables public or serializable?
What?
Just so that you can see them in the inspector? Well, if you're like me, it took me way too long to find out that there was a debug mode in the inspector, which will show all your private variables. I can't count how many times I've lost the object in the inspector that I'm working on. For this one, once you select your object, hit that little lock, and this will keep your inspector from changing when you click on other objects in your project or in your hierarchy. Another and perhaps better way to do this is to actually right click on the component and click on the properties. This will pop up a little window of that component and won't change depending on what you select on or if that little lock is selected or not. This is one of the most useful tips that I've come across and use this constantly. Have you ever tried to time something up in your scripts and your animations? Well, instead of that, you just create an animation event, which will let you invoke any methods that are exposed to the scripts on the object that the animator is attached to. This one's simple but can be useful, especially for searching for stuff that you might have tagged with the incorrect layer. But if you have layers you don't want to see in the scene view, click the little layer tab in the top right and select all the layers that you don't want to see. For example, I'm filtering out my mini map icons. If you've ever lost changes due to being in play mode, this one's for you. Hit the Preferences tab and go down to Colors. And here you can edit the tint of the windows in play mode, which can help as a reminder that you're in play mode. This is another simple one, but some people, especially new, may not have selected this before. The little sphere with vertices in the top right of your view is used to turn gizmos on and off. And this can be helpful once you start to get a lot of these icons start cluttering up your screen. And also keep in mind, in game mode you can turn it on as well. And also in play mode, right next to the gizmos buttons is a stats button, and if you haven't turned that on, it has some helpful information like FPS. This one is simple but plagued me a bit early on, and that's transforms and how their parenting works. Often I would have a child object, move it around, and then move the parent object, which would move the child out of place. So take a moment, play around with transforms, and really understand the parent-child relationship. For the longest time, I would just manually search through the editor and look for things, even though I knew there was very capable searches in basically every window. So use your search bars, and just a side note, the top right one is a global search. It comes in really handy when you need to find something and you have no idea where it is. And lastly, prefabs. I can't tell you how many times I was working on an object in the hierarchy that I meant to be working on in the prefab. And to help with this, if you don't like the blue background of the prefabs, you can go up to that preferences again and go to colors, and you can actually change the background color, which could help you as a reminder. With that, I wanted to keep this short and quick with some simple tips for Unity, and hopefully they'll help somebody. Take it easy, guys.